English vocabulary word of the day, strike, from espressoenglish.net. First, let's work on the pronunciation. STR almost sounds like there's a CH sound in the middle, like str, str. It's the same as in the words strong, strange, and street. The letter I has the same sound as in the words like, item, and white. Say the word after me. Strike. The word strike is another way to say to hit with a hand, weapon, or tool. For example, the car went out of control and struck a tree. You need to strike the nail with the hammer. It's more common to use the word hit, but strike is another possibility. We also use the word strike when a bolt of lightning, that's electricity that comes from the sky during a thunderstorm, hits something on the ground. For example, the tree was struck by lightning. The verb strike is also used for lighting a match, as in the picture. We call this striking a match, when you rub it on the box and make it catch fire. Now, a totally different use for the word strike is to describe a situation when workers stop working to protest the company or their working conditions. For example, the workers are on strike because they want higher salaries. This means the employees stop working and have a protest in order to force the company to pay them higher salaries. The word strike can also mean an attack, like a military attack. For example, the air strike caused heavy damage to the town. And finally, strike can be used as a verb meaning to make an impression on someone. For example, I don't know, there's just something about him that strikes me as dishonest. Some aspect of his personality makes the impression on me that he is dishonest. That's one final way to use the word strike. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocabulary word, and if you'd like to learn a lot more vocabulary, check out my Vocabulary Builder course, which will help you express yourself more fluently in English. Go ahead and click the link in the video to take a couple of sample lessons. English vocabulary word of the day, novel, from espressoenglish.net. First, let's learn the pronunciation. The letter O has an ah sound, as in the words rock and not. Novel has two syllables, and the stress is on the first one. Novel. Novel can be a noun, referring to a long book of fiction. Fiction means the story is imaginary. It's not a true story. We often divide literature into the following categories. We have nonfiction books, which are true facts, short stories, which are fiction, they are imaginary, but they are also short. Then we have novels. Novels are also imaginary stories, but they are longer works. And poetry, which consists of poems. The word novel is also an adjective describing something that is new, unusual, different, and somewhat surprising. For example, this is a novel approach to the issue. They came up with a novel idea to solve an age-old problem. An age-old problem is a problem that has existed for a very long time. And in this sentence, they came up with a novel idea to solve it. A novel idea is an idea that's new and different and somewhat surprising in a good way. That's two ways to use the word novel. To expand your vocabulary further, check out my course that will teach you hundreds of new vocabulary words. You can click on the link in the video to take some free sample lessons. English vocabulary word of the day, draft. First, let's work on the pronunciation. The DR sounds like dr, as in the words drink, drive, and drone. The letter A has the A sound, like in cat or laugh, half, and after. Say the word with me, draft. The first meaning of draft is a version of a document, plan, etc. that is in development. For example, this is the first draft of my paper. It means the paper is not yet final. It will be revised, but this is the first version, the first draft. Here's another example. Here's a draft of the design. Do you want to change anything? A second definition of the word draft is a current of air or wind coming into a closed area. You might hear people say a sentence like this when inside a room. There's a draft in here. Or, where's that draft coming from? Is there a window open? The word draft can also mean to select a person from a group to do some mandatory service, usually military service. For example, he was drafted into the Air Force. That means he was required to perform service or work in the Air Force, which is a branch of the military. In that sentence, drafted is a verb, but draft can also be a noun. For example, my country only has a draft during wartime. So now you know 3 meanings for the word draft. If you'd like to learn more words, check out my Vocabulary Builder course, which will help you express yourself more fluently in English. Click the link for some free sample lessons. English vocabulary word of the day, safe, from espressoenglish.net. First, let's work on the pronunciation. Safe starts with the letter S, which sounds like in sun, say, and sick. The letter A has the same sound as in name, late, and day. And FE sounds like in if, stuff, and laugh. Say it with me, safe. You probably already know that safe is the opposite of dangerous. For example, this protective equipment will keep you safe from radiation. The word safe also refers to an object. A safe is a securely locked box, usually made of metal and locked with a key or a combination of numbers. For example, you should keep your passport in the hotel safe. Again, a safe is usually a small metal box. If you have a securely locked room, that's called a vault. Banks usually have a vault. One expression with the word safe is play it safe. This means to take precautions and avoid taking risks. For example, I don't like to invest in the stock market because I prefer to play it safe when it comes to my money. Another idiom is safe and sound. This means safe and physically okay without injuries or damage. For example, we crashed the car, but we were all safe and sound thanks to the seat belts. Are you ready to learn more words? Go ahead and click on the link in the video to take 2 free sample lessons from my Vocabulary Builder course.